Hello everyone, this is AndresRestart, and today we are going to be gushing over the amazing visuals and audio design of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Nintendo has released new screenshots and new footage which we will be going over today, but I also want to walk through some things we have seen recently, a few days ago, that are also pretty impressive as well, and I just wanted to take this as an opportunity to talk about just how masterfully beautiful Metroid Prime 4 appears to be so far. Like, at least from an audio-visual perspective, I'm already entirely convinced that Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a masterpiece. It is one of the most beautiful games from Nintendo we have seen in many, many years. And it's one of the big reasons why I'm so confident this game is going to be fantastic, because this game, from everything we are seeing, is oozing masterful attention to detail and quality. Yeah, I'm sure some people are going to bring up, oh, but what about Miles McKenzie? That is just one little aspect that I don't think we have the entire full context for. Everything else is incredible. And so that's what I want to get into today. Do you find yourself feeling tired, unable to take a good nap during the day from wherever you may be? Then perhaps you are in need of a soft, comfortable sleep mask that blocks out all light. Fortunately, Manta Sleep, the sponsor for today's video, has just that, a quality sleep mask. This sleep mask has super soft, comfy cushions that cover your eyes and block out all light. It's easy to adjust to different sizes, and it feels great to wear, and it's helped me personally fit in just a bit more rest during my days. So if you're looking to improve your sleep and energy, check out the Manta Sleep Mask using the link in the description below with my code SLEEPRESTART. And if you do so between the dates of November 19th to the 27th for an early Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, there is an additional 15% off the entire site, and you'll also get a free holiday recharge kit. Now's your chance. So as shared by Pablo64 on Twitter, Nintendo today actually published some new screenshots for Metroid Prime 4. So as you can see here, we have these really big, high-resolution screenshots of different shots from Planet Tanimar, the inciting incident for the game, where we start everything the first few minutes. And here we can see this vantage point of the giant dome where we fight Abarax. You can see these different Federation troopers running over to the battle. We can see all the space pirates above in the sky. And I'm not even sure this is an area you can explore, but it's a really cool camera perspective of this environment, just giving us a little bit more on what's going on with this area. Like, we have some different garages here or storage facilities. Like, it just helps to add to the believability of this world. I'm just scrolling over to this side as well, so you can see a little bit of that side. Yeah, moving on. Here we have a shot that we never see from this perspective, right? Like, this isn't the perspective of Samus, it looks like. We see the giant bot over here lasering down a space pirate ship, which is pretty cool. You can see the clouds over here, or the smoke, I mean. And, I mean, there are clouds, but yeah, it's smoke, obviously, coming from the explosion. But just looking down here, we can see the detail on the ground, the boxes, the space pirates. Like, this is not a super clear image, but it is interesting to see just all the different things going on here from these different perspectives. Another one here, this is actually an area that Samus does explore, but this is, again, like almost like a photo mode, right? Here's the dying space pirate over here. It's interesting to see, like, if we get all the way to the left, can we see what's going on beyond the rubble over there? And then we have this screenshot here from inside the actual research facility. I believe this is where the artifact initially was. Like, what were they researching here? I'm very curious on it, but it's cool to see these screenshots. But now here is a little new trailer shared by Nintendo France. So let's check it out. Fury Green in French. Chrono Tower. Man, I don't think we've seen that shot before. Volt Forge. The music, though. Oh, like, it's stuck in my head. It's been playing in my head over the last few days. The ice belt, like, this is a vast ice expanse. This is our best look at it yet. Beautiful. It's a flare pool. And this is the Great Mines, which they did not really show off in the overview trailer. So it's really nice to see that. But yeah, I'm just basically gushing over the music here. It comes from, we actually hear this music in the opening sequence of Metroid Prime 4. For those who haven't seen it yet, it's pretty awesome. And actually, we'll get to that in a bit. I want to mention something I talked about on Twitter about a week or so ago, and it's just like an example of the attention to detail that Retro Studios put into this game. Now, this is not a high resolution feed here, right? It's very compressed, low resolution, does not show off this game in its full glory. Of course, from an artistic perspective, you can tell how great the lighting is, the colors, the beautiful tree and all that. But what is showing off here is something that I think is very, very special. So let me just play it here. You can see these critters walking along this giant tree branch, and they're carrying leaves. Like, it's little things like this that really help to sell the world, and it's kind of like a really strong sign of what we saw with prior Metroid games. Because Retro Studios is always about the attention to detail, going the extra mile. Like, they would make sure to have unique textures per room. Like, they would never let anything look quite the same anywhere. Like, they made sure that everything felt organic and real, and it was all about creating a great sense of immersion. So when we see little details like this, with these critters carrying these leaves across the branch, it's just one example of how much work they're putting into this. Like, we see all the swaying plants and such, the beautiful music. We can hear, like, animals chirping in the background. We can hear the air. We can hear the water streaming. There's just so much attention to detail with the music, the visuals, all of it. But let's actually look at some higher quality footage here. So as you can see here, there's a press start symbol. This is actually coming from the Press Start YouTube channel. So if you want to check out their full footage on this game, you can check it out. It will be linked in the description below. But I do want to go over a few clips here because they do have some really high quality footage of the beginning of the Fury Green area, the jungle. And there's just some things here that are just absolutely spectacular that I want to walk through with you here. So just starting off, check this out. Get ready. Get ready. The music, the menu, it's incredible. Ah, but here we are, just starting off. You can hear, like, the bugs, like, fluttering. I really want you guys to pay attention to all the sound effects and the music that are playing. There are layers to this, right? So maybe watch this or listen through this with a headset. That might make a bigger difference. But even, like, in this beginning moment here, you can hear all the different bugs and such chirping in the background, like crickets and other animals you would hear in a jungle. You can hear, like, the leaves rustling in the wind. The beautiful bell chime. You can hear Samus's footsteps, of course, all the map stuff. When you're in the map screen, all the, like, ambient sound effects from animals and wind and such are gone. It's just like the background music. You can hear just, like, different animals. Like, you don't even know what they are. You can see more of the little critters, the birds flying around, or the insects, because of the jungle. These giant, like, beetle things with wings and such. Like, even this right here, to me, just sounds really awesome. Like, when we hear Samus's arm cannon charge up, and then when you hear it shoot, you hear the blast, obviously, but you can almost kind of, like, hear the shot going down this hallway. You can hear kind of like the echo. So let me just play it back here for a moment. Like, you could just kind of tell there's a density to the environment with how much they've worked into with the audio design for this game. And now this beautiful theme. But notice it's not just the music. You can hear the stream of water. You can hear the plants. You can hear the animals, the birds. There's just so much. Look at the waterfall. Listen to the waterfall. Whatever that animal is. Or that animal. Sounds like a pterodactyl or something. It's just so beautiful. Like visually, like the lighting, you can, as you approach the waterfall, like you can hear the difference. The splatter of the alien blood on your face. The footsteps, again, it changes based off the terrain. It's simple things like this to just add to the overall immersion of this game. It really helps you to just fully buy into what's going on. Don't even know what that is. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is extremely interesting to me. It's a super subtle thing, but it's about the subtle things. It's about the attention to detail. It's these things that other developers would never do, but Retro Studios, Nintendo, would do for a game like this. So let me just go back here. Pay attention to this beetle and be listening. You see that? One more time. So, like, you can hear when the beetle, or whatever it is, flaps its wings as Samus approaches it. It's things like that you would never see or hear in, like, 99% of all games. And so, when I hear people, like, making this assumption that Metroid Prime 4 is going to be this slop dumpster fire, it just makes no sense to me at all. Because if you're actually looking at this game, if you're actually paying attention to this game, it is so painfully obvious that they have worked on this game to death, that they have put so much time and effort here, so much care, love, and respect for the series, and there's some special things here. Maybe you're not going to be a fan of all the decisions they make. Sure, everyone has their own opinions. You know, this game doesn't have to be a masterpiece for you. Maybe you want it to be a certain way, but regardless, the effort is still clearly there. And that's why I'm just so, well, it's a part. There's a lot of other reasons, which we'll probably talk about in another video, another day. But it's a big part as to why I'm so confident this game is going to be absolutely stellar. Let's walk through just a little bit more here. Love this. There's just so much going on. So many subtle little things building this overall beautiful world. You can even hear when, like, the little parts fall onto the ground, it looks like. But it's this part here that I find very interesting. You'll see what's about to happen. That transition. We're now in a more covered environment, right? We're under all the vines and trees. And so there's this eerie vibe that's now playing, but there's layers to it. It's not just one chorus. There's a chime going. There's multiple layers to the music, and then the sound effects. There's all this ambient noise. There's just a lot going on. Yeah, like, what was that? You could hear it, right? Like, it just, you could hear that beast coming in from one side, flying out the other. It's just beautiful, nice little details like this that, again, just add to the overall immersion of this game. Even this part here I really like. You can hear the music subtly change. You can actually hear, like, a little bit of a power-up right there to your left, like just like prior Metroid games. It's super subtle because there's other sounds going on, especially when you're blasting around. When you're blasting around, there's a lot of different effects going on. The blasting's very loud, but there is, like, a power up here to the left, and there is, like, that subtle audio cue from prior Metroid games that is still here as well. It'll be to your left. See? You could hear, like, that humming. And to close out, let's go over this cutscene here. I think the voice acting for this particular character is superb. But also that mystical singing in the background. But there's also, like, another chanting behind it as well. There's layers. And it evokes this mysticism, which is super cool. This part's very Zelda-esque. You can hear the instruments as well. And it's beautiful. You can see the little particles and dirt in the air. Now you hear the water. It's just such beautiful stuff. But anyways, you can check out that whole video feed from Press Start. Will be linked in the description below. This game is just absolutely, totally, superbly beautiful from a visual perspective, from an audio perspective. There's so much attention to detail. There's layers and layers of things going on here that I think people who just don't pay attention will not notice, but that's kind of part of it. There's all these subtle little things that add to this overall incredible experience that is something many developers don't do. Which is why I hate this conversation online suggesting that there isn't real, true effort and intelligent decision-making going on here. It's very evident that there is. But if you don't pay attention, how would you notice? Anyways, those are my thoughts on just the amazing visuals and audio design we've seen of Metroid Prime 4 as of late. I'm sure I'll be doing some more proper graphics comparisons and analysis and such and more, and just theorizing just about the game overall and covering all the news very soon. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, you can use my code SLEEPRESTART when checking the link in the description below for the Manta Sleep Mask. This is AndresRestart. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you all really soon. Take care. Bye.